Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. President Lee Jae-myung held a policy forum on real estate measures at the Blue House on Thursday. In his opening remarks, Lee said real estate in Korea has increasingly become a tool for speculation, driving up prices despite limited supply. Experts and members of the public shared proposals on three key areas: housing supply, financing and mortgage lending, and real estate taxes. The forum comes ahead of the government's expected announcement of new housing measures later this month. Korea's Industry Minister Kim Jong-un arrived in Washington on Wednesday to coordinate major economic policies with top U.S. officials. A key priority is finalizing the first phase of Korea's $200 billion U.S. investment pledge, with a heavy focus on the energy sector to secure stable cash flow. Kim is also tackling urgent trade matters as the U.S. prepares new tariffs under Section 301. Seoul is firmly urging Washington to maintain the 15% tariff ceiling previously agreed upon. Alongside these negotiations, Kim aims to resolve U.S. political concerns over the U.S.-listed e-commerce firm Coupang to prevent broader trade friction. The visit also highlights a deepening maritime partnership, with $150 billion of Korea's investment package dedicated to rebuilding the shipbuilding industry together. Korea's economy in the second quarter grew faster than expected, largely driven by a boom in semiconductor exports despite downward pressure from rising oil prices caused by the war in the Middle East. On Thursday, the Bank of Korea reported preliminary real GDP growth of 0.6% from the previous quarter, surpassing its earlier forecast of 0.2%. Looking ahead, the key question is whether strong semiconductor demand can sustain this momentum, and whether domestic consumption can broaden the recovery beyond the chip sector. The central bank has also indicated it could take the stronger-than-expected gross national income data into account when making its next rate decision. Samsung Electronics' Galaxy Unpacked event was held at Old Billingsgate in London on Wednesday local time. There, it unveiled the Galaxy Z Fold 8 with 5.5-inch cover screen with a 10:16 aspect ratio when folded, which switched to a 7.6-inch screen with a 4:3 aspect ratio when unfolded. Samsung has also expanded its foldable smartphone lineup to 3 models, adding the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, alongside the Fold 8 and Flip 8. The Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 and Watch 9 were also unveiled, along with Samsung Smart Glasses, which are scheduled to launch later this year. Ongoing tensions between the U.S. and Iran have pushed global oil prices higher. Brent crude futures rose to $96 a barrel on Thursday, marking their highest in more than 6 weeks. This was driven by the escalating military conflict, as the U.S. carried out a 12th consecutive night of strikes on Iran, following President Donald Trump's warning of Iranian infrastructure being targeted for any attack in the Strait of Hormuz. Heightening these supply fears, Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthis announced a blockade on vessels entering and leaving Saudi ports, threatening the primary bypass route around a key waterway. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.